I'm Tom Hood, CEO of the Maryland Association of CPAs, and I'm here at the XBRL International Conference with Hudson Hollister,
Hi.
CEO and driver of the Data Coalition. And Hudson, I will say you probably have done more than anybody to really make the Data Act a reality. So give us a quick update of where the Data Act is and how you see it today.
It's law. We're very happy that it's law. It took nearly 4 years from idea to execution to make the Digital Accountability and Transparency Act law, and it really took leadership, bipartisan leadership in Congress. If Congressman Darrell Issa and Senator Mark Warner, a Republican from California and a Democrat from Virginia, hadn't realized the benefits of data standards across government for accountability, for better management, for automated compliance, if they had not realized those things and pursued that idea doggedly for years, none of this would have happened. So first credit definitely goes to Congressman Issa and Senator Warner.
And you've put a coalition together to really move this forward. So tell us a little about implementation. What's this mean? What's the time frame? Give us some of that background.
That's right. Well, I'll tell you what the coalition is. The Data Transparency Coalition is the world's only open data trade association. We are the tech companies that support the idea of transforming government information from documents into open data. The companies in the Data Transparency Coalition believe that government should express its information as machine-readable data, and that is what the Data Act mandates for the U.S. federal government's spending. The Data Act requires the U.S. federal government to transform all of the information related to its own spending, and that's about 8 different categories of different types of financial information, transform that from disconnected documents into open data. In order to do that, the law requires the Treasury Department to establish government-wide data standards that cover all of those areas of information. And I can go into what they are, we can go into as many technical details as you want, but that's the basic idea. Federal spending should be open data, and that's what the law that President Obama signed on May 9th will do.
Well, and then, so I know you're kind of a regular here on CPA Success in our blog. So tell us about, how do you see this, how do you see CPAs fitting into this? What's it mean to my members and all the different CPAs and what they do?
Well, Tom, you've certainly been on the cutting edge of encouraging CPAs to look beyond their spreadsheets and look beyond their documents and understand that new technology offers the potential of automating many of the tasks that up till now have been manual. That is certainly true in federal spending under the Data Act. As the Treasury Department and the White House do this work and establish the data standards, and as the data standards are applied to federal financial reporting, that change will happen. A lot of what is manual will be automated. Now that, of course, is relevant first to those CPAs who are in government service, but not only, and certainly not for always, because the Data Act also requires standardized open data reporting by federal grantees and contractors. CPAs who work for federal contractors or who help federal contractors with the reporting they must do as contractors can expect that there will soon be an opportunity to report all of those contractors' accountability information as data instead of as documents. CPAs who work for state and local governments can expect that the filings that those entities must make as federal grantees will be transformed. Instead of being fillable PDFs, they might be XBRL, they might be a structured data format. But I think the impact, and that's the impact on federal contractor reporting and federal grantee reporting, but I think the impact goes farther than that. I think as federal contractor reporting and federal grantee reporting are transformed from documents into data, then those same electronic concepts that are used for those types of reporting can be reused. We might soon see an XBRL taxonomy for the CFDA, for instance, or we might soon see an XBRL taxonomy for the CAFR, for instance, the financial report that state and local governments must fill out for the bond markets. Not because the Data Act directly mandates that, but because as federal grant reporting is standardized, many of the financial concepts that we'll have a taxonomy for could be easily reused for the CAFR. In fact, I know of research teams that are working on that very possibility. We might see the standardization of single audit reporting, of all of those audit reporting requirements that state and local governments, any grant recipients, nonprofits too, must comply with. CPAs who work on any of these public sector and public sector related reporting requirements can expect that they'll soon be able to automate many of their tasks, and they'll be able to do higher level analysis.